Tired of diets that are expensive, complicated, and impossible to stick to? What if I told you that you could eat delicious food that's dirt cheap and incredibly healthy? In this series, I'm sharing my top recipes for longevity and wellness. Get ready. Your journey to a longer, healthier life starts now.
This is one of the hardest diets you can attempt, but the results are worth the discipline. Let's walk through the shopping list. For lean proteins, you'll need skim milk, soybeans, lentils, chickpeas, and sardines. For sustained energy, your carbs are potatoes, sweet potatoes, oats, and brown rice. Load up on micronutrients with broccoli and mixed vegetables. Hydration is key, so get plenty of bottled water. And to make it all palatable, a variety of seasonings. Now for the recipe, a Mediterranean sardine and lentil bowl. First, cook your lentils and brown rice. While that's simmering, steam your broccoli and sweet potatoes until tender. Assemble your bowl by starting with a base of rice. Add the lentils, the steamed vegetables, and top with sardines. For a final touch, add a splash of skim milk for creaminess and your favorite seasonings. Enjoy your high-protein, delicious meal.
Let's bake a moist and flavorful sweet potato cake. Start by mashing baked sweet potatoes until smooth. In a large bowl, cream together butter and sugar, then beat in eggs one at a time. Add the sweet potato mash and a splash of vanilla. In a separate bowl, whisk together flour, baking powder, and warm spices like cinnamon and nutmeg. Gradually add the dry ingredients to the wet, mixing until just combined. Pour the batter into a prepared cake pan and bake until a toothpick comes out clean. Let it cool, then frost with a simple cream cheese frosting. Let's bake some delicious sweet potato and oat cookies. First, mash a baked sweet potato. In a large bowl, cream together butter and sugar. Beat in an egg and your vibrant sweet potato mash. In another bowl, combine rolled oats, flour, baking soda, and a touch of cinnamon. Add the dry ingredients to the wet, mixing until a soft dough forms. Drop spoonfuls onto a baking sheet and bake until golden brown. Let's bake some classic chewy oat cookies. Start by creaming together butter and brown sugar until it's light and fluffy. Beat in an egg and a splash of vanilla. In a separate bowl, whisk together rolled oats, flour, baking soda, and a pinch of salt. Gradually add the dry ingredients to the wet, mixing until just combined. Drop spoonfuls of the dough onto a baking sheet and bake until the edges are beautifully golden. Let's bake some soft and chewy sweet potato cookies. First, mash a baked sweet potato. In a large bowl, cream together butter and sugar until light and fluffy. Beat in an egg and your sweet potato mash. In a separate bowl, whisk together flour, baking soda, and warm spices like cinnamon. Gradually add the dry ingredients to the wet, mixing until just combined. Drop spoonfuls of dough onto a baking sheet and bake until the edges are golden. Let's bake some hearty and wholesome oat bread. Begin by soaking rolled oats in warm water until they're soft. In a separate bowl, mix flour, yeast, and salt. Combine the soaked oats with the dry ingredients. Add a drizzle of honey and a little oil, then knead until the dough is smooth. Let it rise for an hour. Shape your loaf and give it one more rise. Sprinkle oats on top, then bake until golden brown. Time for some warm, vibrant sweet potato bread. First, bake a sweet potato until tender, then mash it until smooth. In a large bowl, mix the sweet potato mash with flour, a hint of cinnamon, and salt. Activate your yeast in warm water with a touch of brown sugar, then add it to your bowl with a little oil. Knead the dough until it's smooth and elastic. Let it rise for an hour, shape it, and let it rise one last time. Bake until golden and fragrant. Today, let's bake the softest, most comforting potato bread. First, boil and mash one large potato until perfectly smooth. In a bowl, combine your warm mashed potato with whole wheat flour and salt. In a separate cup, activate your yeast with a little warm water and a pinch of sugar. Pour that into your flour mixture, add a splash of oil, and knead for 10 minutes until the dough is smooth and elastic. Let it rise in a warm spot for 1 hour. Shape your loaf, let it rise once more, then bake at 375 degrees until it's deeply golden. Tonight, we're making a simple, healthy, and delicious meal. Pan-seared sardines with roasted sweet potatoes and broccoli. First, cube your sweet potatoes and toss them with a little oil and your favorite seasonings. Roast them until tender and slightly crispy. Next, steam or blanch your broccoli until it's bright green and tender crisp. While that's cooking, pan-sear your sardines for a minute on each side until golden. Plate it all up and there you have it, a perfect weeknight dinner.
Let's create a fish and potato frittata. First, saute mixed vegetables and diced boiled potatoes in an oven-safe pan. Add your flaked fatty fish like salmon. In a bowl, whisk eggs with a splash of skim milk and pour it over. Bake until set and golden. To finish, plate a beautiful slice. Let's make fatty fish stuffed peppers. First, mix your filling. Combine a can of flaked fatty fish like salmon with half a cup of cooked oats and chopped mixed vegetables. Cut bell peppers in half and remove the seeds, then spoon the mixture inside. Bake until the peppers are tender and the filling is heated through. A colorful and complete meal. Let's bake a savory lentil and vegetable loaf. In a bowl, mix 1 cup of cooked lentils with a cup of finely chopped mixed vegetables and half a cup of oats. Bind it together with half a cup of whole wheat flour and a splash of skim milk. Season with your favorite herbs. Press the mixture firmly into a loaf pan and bake until the top is golden and the loaf is set. Slice and serve this delicious, nutrient-packed loaf either warm or cold. Let's make potato gnocchi with a hearty lentil ragu. First, create your gnocchi dough by mixing 1 boiled mashed potato with half a cup of whole wheat flour. Roll and cut into small pillows. For the ragu, simmer 1 cup of lentils with mixed vegetables until you have a thick, rich sauce. Boil the gnocca until they float, then serve them smothered in the warm lentil ragu. A restaurant-style dish made simple. Today, let's create a creamy lentil and vegetable soup. In a large pot, combine 1 cup of lentils and a generous portion of mixed vegetables with 4 cups of water. Bring to a boil, then let it simmer until the lentils are tender. For a thicker, creamier consistency, blend about half of the soup and then return it to the pot. Stir in a splash of skim milk, season with your favorite herbs, and let it warm through. A comforting and hearty soup is served. Let's prepare a lentil and vegetable shepherd's pie. In a pan, cook 1 cup of lentils with mixed vegetables until tender. Stir in a spoonful of whole wheat flour and a splash of skim milk to create a thick, savory base. In a separate pot, boil and mash 2 medium potatoes until smooth. Spread the lentil mixture into a baking dish, and then carefully layer the mashed potatoes over the top. Bake until the top is golden and the filling is bubbling hot. A classic comfort dish reimagined. Let's make crispy sardine and lentil tortilla pockets. First, mash a can of sardines with half a cup of cooked lentils and 1 small boiled mashed potato. Season the mixture with paprika and a pinch of salt. Spread this filling evenly over a tortilla, then fold it in half. Pan fry on each side until golden brown and crispy. Serve with a side of steamed mixed vegetables for a quick and satisfying meal. Let's prepare a sardine and broccoli rice casserole. Start by cooking 1 cup of brown rice. While that's cooking, lightly steam some broccoli florets. In a baking dish, combine the cooked rice, steamed broccoli, and a can of flaked sardines. For extra protein, stir in half a cup of chickpeas. In a separate bowl, mix 1 cup of skim milk with garlic powder and a pinch of salt. Pour this creamy sauce over the mixture and sprinkle oats on top for a crunchy topping. Bake until hot and bubbly. A wholesome, easy casserole is ready. Today we're making golden sweet potato and sardine patties. First, boil and mash 1 large sweet potato. In a separate bowl, flake a can of sardines and mix it with half a cup of cooked lentils. Combine the sardine lentil mix with the mashed sweet potato. Add a 1/4 cup of oats to bind it all together and season with garlic powder. Form the mixture into patties and pan fry them until golden brown on both sides. Serve with a side of steamed broccoli for a complete meal. Let's make a unique 3-bean sardine chili. In a pot, combine 1 cup of lentils, half a cup of chickpeas, and half a cup of soybeans. Add some diced potatoes and mixed vegetables. Pour in water to cover the ingredients. For that classic chili flavor, Season generously with chili powder and cumin. Bring it to a simmer and cook until the potatoes are tender and the chili thickens. To finish, gently flake in a can of sardines and stir. Your hearty protein-packed chili is ready to serve. Let's make a creamy coastal sardine chowder. First, dice a potato and chop some broccoli. Boil them in a pot of water until tender. Reduce the heat and stir in 1 cup of skim milk to create a creamy base. Next, add a can of flaked sardines and for thickness, a 1/4 cup of oats. Season with black pepper and dried parsley. Let it simmer for 5 minutes for the flavors to meld. There you have it, a rich and comforting chowder. Let's make some lentil sardine tacos with a side of rustic potato hash. First, for our side, dice a potato and chop some broccoli. Toss them with your favorite seasonings and roast until golden and crispy. Now for the taco filling. In a pan, salt cooked lentils with finely chopped mixed vegetables. Add a can of flaked sardines and season with a bit of chili powder and cumin for that taco flavor. Warm up your tortillas, spoon in the hearty lentil and sardine mixture, and serve with the potato hash on the side. A creative, healthy taco night is served. Begin by cooking 1 cup of brown rice. While that simmers, salt a cup of mixed vegetables in a large pan until tender crisp. Add a cup of cooked lentils and a can of flaked sardines to the pan. Season it well. I am using cumin and a touch of chili powder for warmth. Once the brown rice is fluffy, add it to the pan. Stir everything together until it's well combined and heat it through. And there you have it, a simple and satisfying one-pan meal. Today, we're making a hearty, rustic 3-bean sardine stew. First, in a large pot, bring 4 cups of water to a boil. Add 1 cup of lentils, half a cup of soybeans, and half a cup of chickpeas. Let them simmer until tender. Next, chop up some broccoli and potatoes and add them to the pot. Season generously. I'm using smoked paprika and black pepper. Once the vegetables are cooked, gently flake in a can of sardines and stir. For a touch of creaminess, pour in half a cup of skim milk and let it heat through. Serve hot and enjoy this simple, protein-packed stew. Let's get creative and make sunrise sardine patties from our list. First, boil a sweet potato until tender, then mash it in a bowl. Add 1 cup of cooked lentils and a can of flaked sardines. Now for our binder and flavor. Add half a cup of oats, a pinch of paprika, and some garlic powder. Mix it all together until it forms a thick mixture. Shape the mixture into small, round patties. Pan fry them for about 3 to 4 minutes per side until they're golden brown and crispy. There you have it, a delicious and inventive meal. Here's how to make a hearty vegetable sardine bake. First, preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 190 degrees Celsius. Thinly slice your potatoes and sweet potatoes and layer them in a baking dish. Next, add a layer of mixed vegetables like broccoli and scatter chickpeas over the top. Now, place your sardines evenly over the vegetables. In a separate bowl, mix 1 cup of skim milk with your favorite seasonings. I suggest garlic powder, paprika, and black pepper. Pour this mixture over the dish. For a crunchy top, sprinkle a handful of oats over the surface. Bake for 30 to 40 minutes until the potatoes are tender and the top is golden brown. Let it cool for a moment and enjoy your nutrient-packed meal.
Let's call this the Lean Power Diet. As we shop, I'll show you why it's so effective. First, our proteins: skim milk, soybeans, lentils, and chickpeas. These are incredibly cost-effective and packed with plant-based protein. We'll add sardines, a budget-friendly source of omega-3s. For energy, we grab potatoes, sweet potatoes, oats, and brown rice. Complex carbs for steady fuel. Next, load up on broccoli and mixed vegetables for essential vitamins. This diet works by focusing on whole, unprocessed foods. It's high in protein and fiber to keep you full, while being low in cost and unhealthy fats. It's simple, sustainable, and incredibly healthy.